Hi everyone, I'm here with Poppystamps today with a really super fun card. This card says Boo on it, and then it's got little eyeballs that are made from Nuvo Drops, and those kind of poke out, and when the card is open, those eyeballs are still there, and the card is jet black. So it's just a really fun card for Halloween, and I was really excited to share it. So this is called the Boo Outline Craft Die, and there are two dies that come in the set. We've got the shadow die and then the smaller letters that fit over top, and I absolutely love this font. It's absolutely beautiful. For centering, you could easily just find the center of your paper and go with the little dots in that middle O to help line up that center line. I just literally eyeballed this. I know that's a really bad joke. So once that was die cut, I took the next two panels, the black and the orange, and set them on top of each other. I did not glue them yet. I'm just going to tape them in place. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be lining this up with the front of the cardstock. You'll see me take my card base, flip it over, and then place this panel exactly where I want it to be as if it was the front. And then I taped that on with removable tape. And this will give me the exact placement that I need to create that lettering in the same spot. And because it is adhered with that removable tape, it's a tight enough fit to where once you place that die in there, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's really easy to put it onto the cutting mat and then just grab the side and take it off. That adhesive is removable. It's easy to take off. I did grab a little piece of it from the top because I don't need it anymore, and I put it over top of that die just for extra security there while I transported this from my craft table to the die cutting machine. But it just die cut beautifully. I did use a metal shim just because we're cutting through a couple layers plus some adhesive. I just wanted to make sure that it all die cut. And it did. It die cut great. And now we have the layers that are in perfect position to each other as well as to that front base. Now at this time I decided to go ahead and add some texture to the orange base, and so I did that at this point. Had I done it before, it would have flattened out when I die cut the letters. Now usually we would have die cut the shadow first and then the letters, but we wanted the smaller letters to be die cut first so that the shadow could lay over top on the front of the card. So usually we use the shadow dies for the base, but that's what the beauty is with these outline dies, is that you can use the base and then use the window from the smaller die. So that's what we're doing here. Now I've got a solution for this. When you open the card, it says poo. So my daughter noticed that when I showed her the card. And so I'll get to that here in a minute. But on with this video. On the inside of the card, I die cut the black cardstock and glued that in. And then I need this to be very flat for this next step. I'm going to be applying Nuvo Crystal Drop eyeballs. And I started off just very carefully squeezing as much as I could get in there without touching the edges. And then I went in with black and just inserted the little tip into the white and just squeezed it so that it would kind of fill in with black there. And outside of a very minor adjustment, I really didn't mess with it at all. I just let it dry. In fact, these should dry probably overnight, and I'm not sure how they'll mail, but I think they'll be fine. So the poo. One solution for this was to just simply inlay white so that it was kind of white on white, but that did work fine, but that wasn't as crisp and clean as I wanted it to be, because you can still see it. And once you see it, you always see it. So another solution was to take a piece of cardstock cut just slightly smaller so that it didn't interfere with the folding of the card at all. And then I lined it up against some light so that I could see through to trace those O's and then die cut with a little nested circle, and that was a great solution for this, and it's a very clean looking card. I used some glitter cardstock for the Boo. I made a couple of these cards. Here's one with just plain white, and I'm actually patting down the little eyeballs here after about a half hour of drying just to remove that sharp tip from the top. But outside of that, I'm just letting these dry. I think I said before, these should mail fine. I obviously haven't sent I haven't sent this out to anybody yet. Anyway, so I wanted to show just really quick the difference between gel pen on black and a Uniball pen, and there is quite a striking difference between the two. The Uniball is really vibrant, and the gel pen works great too, but if you really wanted a really vibrant handwritten note on a black cardstock, that is a great option if you're looking for one. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'll see you again soon.